YouTube, are the artists that we speak of today, are they culture carriers? Let's talk about it. YouTube! Hello, everyone. I am Miss Tia. Listen, it was a job trying to come here today. Should I take my gum out? It's a proper thing to do, right? Let me take my gum out. Okay. It was a job getting here today. If I look crazy, forgive me. Charge it to my head and not my heart. It's a holy week. Yesterday was Good Friday. And for some of us, tomorrow will be considered Resurrection Sunday, Easter, if you believe those things like that. But anyway, I wanted to come in and talk about culture carriers. Did I say that right? Culture carriers. Listen, the artists of today, are they able? And are there culture carriers? Are they culture carriers? What do you mean? You know, people that can carry us into the next moment. I saw an article and it talked about how elders, artists in all different arenas carries you into the next moment, right? Hold up. Let me shout out Piggly Wiggly. This is for the hood. Only those who know about Piggly Wiggly, right? That's for the hood. Culture carriers. Do we need them? Yes. I think carrying the culture or carrying tradition is needed. That's how we continue to do these bad cycles that we are continuing, right? At some point, though, I do believe we need to start tweaking. What do they call that? Culture carriers are, that's a cute word for it. Indoctrinations, that's another word. Traditions. Traditions. I do believe we need to start tweaking some of the traditions. I'm sorry, this hair won't hold curls. Excuse me, I'm all over the place. But I do believe we need to start tweaking some of the traditions because sometimes we are constantly doing the same mistake over and over. So today's topics and today's artistry that I will be talking about, I'm asking, are they culture carriers? I do believe so. I believe the people that we got up now, I wouldn't say the best example, but I would say, I would use them for this moment. Let's start here. I can only start here. This is a Kendrick Lamar's channel. Come on, quit playing. Kendrick Lamar tour dropped off, started last night, which was the 19th. Is it today? I think the tour starts today, right? Which is going to be good. If anybody got any video, put it up immediately. Kendra might say, don't put it up immediately. We need to see what's going on in this moment. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar, our brother, got the Gatorade commercial, and the people said he was the first artist to have a Gatorade commercial, which, you know, was so crazy because, you know, normally during this time, let me bring this. Can I do that? Oh, yes. You know, normally during this time when the artists become like a Kendrick Lamar, they get the Pepsi commercial. Remember? Have you noticed all of the artists of the moment, they normally will give them the Pepsi. So to see Kendrick Lamar step out and do something different and to receive the Gatorade commercial, which is cool. I liked it. But I noticed that. I said, they didn't give Kendrick the Pepsi commercial. They gave him the Gatorade moment. And he did my favorite song. You heard Peekaboo in the background. Listen, I'm on Twitter. I'm like, Kendrick, do the Peekaboo song. You know, we all think Kendrick see everything we do. But Peekaboo is one of those songs on the GNX album that really crept up and became one of my favorite songs. So I'm hoping that we get a video soon of Peekaboo, right? So shout out to Kendrick. Man, Kendrick is one of those artists, you guys, that We've never seen anybody like him. You know, I'm looking at a lot of artists now, and I could say, oh, he reminds me of him, or she reminds me of her. But to me, to be honest with you, Kendrick is one of those artists you can't say who he reminds you of. He is an exceptional. He's different. He is one that will go down in history as his own, right? You don't agree? If you don't, it's fine. Leave a comment and tell me what you think about it. I just do believe he's one of those rare artists, like a Tupac, right? You know, you can't tie Tupac to someone. He's just Tupac alone. Kendrick is really one of those artists where he is just Kendrick alone. You would not be able to facet him or put him with anybody. Let's continue to music. So shout out to Kendrick. Another one of my favorite songs, you guys. I don't know if you hear this, young man. Leon Thomas, right? Listen, these Disney kids, the Disney kids, y'all, I'm telling you, now you kind of see why they was plucked from the beginning of the moment. Leon Thomas, I remember him. I was asking my daughter, I said, was he on the Raven Simone show? But she said, no, Mom, he was with the Ariana Grande. Leon Thomas, listen, go over to the Genius YouTube page and see his live performance. This guy really plays this guitar. And as he's singing this song, you can hear that guitar. Listen, to me, I feel like the music spectrum of originality and real artists is coming back around. The manufacturing piece is kind of pushing out the way. And I do believe real artists who are real crafts, this is their craft, they're coming back around slowly, and I'm enjoying it. But he got this song called Mutt. Go and support him. One of my greatest songs right now. When I look at Leon Thomas, shout out, like I told you, I kind of relate people sometimes to people. Some people I can't find to relate, but to him, to some I can. But Leon Thomas remind me of Raphael Sadiq, right? Okay. I don't know. My music thing is just all over the place and I'm everywhere. But when I see him with his writing skills and just what he can do by playing instruments and just his mind, the way he portfolioing songs, it's amazing. His album is good. I heard one what he did with the young girl, the mermaid girl. I can't think of her name. Why I never can't think of this girl name? This is the coffee. But anyway, go and check Leon Thomas. Leon Thomas. And did anybody know he wrote Snooze, right? From SZA, which I thought was amazing, right? In Snooze, one of those songs that men and women love. My brother-in-law, he loves Snooze. He was like, put on Snooze. I looked at him, I'm like, you like Snooze, SZA? So SZA is one of those artists that men even enjoy her. So to see Snooze as him being the writer, Leon Thomas, I was like, whoa, these kids is gifted. These kids are gifted. So go and check him out. The Karina Barinas, all of those Disney's kids, they are really shown why they were picked from the start. It reminds me of Outkast. A lot of those kids that we see today, they went through the portal of performance art school. When you look at, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm bad on my makeup today. When you look at some of the artists of old, when you look at their history, a lot of them are performing art students. I was trying to see, was Kendrick Lamar one of those chosen kids that came out of the performance arts thing? And if he didn't, this shows you how rare he is in being just one of those indigo chosen kids. But even Tupac was one of those kids who went through the cycle of performance arts. So Outkast, Monica, it was a lot of these kids who from the beginning was plucked out as being sought after, that they was going to be superstars. You know, you could see it early. Some people could see it early, and some people have a hand of spotting it and capturing it early. So Leon Thompson, all these Disney's kids, when you see them now, you're hearing them, it's just because this was natural for them. And I'm so excited to see Leon Thomas doing his singing now. He went from the acting to now he's singing. I love it. Okay, let me move on because I got a big list and I don't got a couple minutes. Because you know I got a black job. So I got to go. Where I'm at. Doechii is another one. I haven't looked yet to see Doechii's background all the way, but I don't know if she's one of those kids who went through the cycle as well as the performance art are chosen. I think they start choosing kids for those kind of schools, third grade, right? From where I'm from, they get them early. I think they start them kindergarten. I think they start performance art school from pre-K, something like that, kindergarten to 8th grade. And I think they kick them out the system and they put them back into reality. But they kind of see who these people are before. Did you know that? It reminds you, they watch you early. That's why they have the prison to pipeline. I hate to go here, but my mind is everywhere, so I'm going this way. That's how they can tell from prison to pipeline. They watch you as from first grade. They can tell if you're a troubled kid. They be like, okay, he going that way. So to see that. Okay, let me move on. Doechii, superstar, right? Doechii put out the video for anxiety. Let me see if I got some right here. Doechii. Right, very black. I love it. Doechii, to me, she reminds me of the girls in the neighborhood. Beautiful, very talented. Doechii put out the video for anxiety. I loved it. It gave me what's those movies that not Keenan and Kel, but I can't think of those comedians. They put out those movies that's very kind of creepy, and I Know What You Did Last Summer, or The People Under the Stairs. But I loved it, Doechii. I thought it was great. Doechii is one of those artists to me. Once again, she's wide range. She can go from conscience to popular pop or the now. In a minute, she can rap hardcore, and I think that got a lot to do with her foundation. So I love it. Doechii is really making the girls reach, honey. Reach. If you're not a true artist, you're not going to make it in this moment. See, the last moment, they was manufactured, honey. They was making them last moment. This moment, you have to be born, bred, and fed. You have to really be it to make it. And if you're not that, I don't think you're going to be able to last in a pool with the Doechiis, the Kendricks, the Leon Thomas, those people that is rooted. It's not just on them, it's in them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Doechii reminds me of one of those. It's not just on her, it's in her. It's in her. Who's next? Lil Wayne. Should I do Coachella first and then go to Lil Wayne? Because you know Lil Wayne gonna take me a minute. I'm gonna take some history about when I first saw the Hot Boys. Let's do Coachella. Coachella was earlier this week, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, is Coachella still going on? I don't know how that Coachella stuff works. I'm not out west, but one day I hope to get to one of those Coachella concerts. But anyway, I saw some highlights. My favorite artist that I saw that drove me crazy, Queen Latifah. When I saw Queen Latifah come out with the Stallion, honey, I was crazy. I was like, ah! So to see Megan having her headline at Coachella, which I thought was great. Shout out to Megan. That's my niece. Shout out to Megan. Megan is one of those artists, to me. She is superseding through so much trials and tribulations. I've never seen an artist go through as much as Megan have went through and still coming out, fighting for her moment, her position, her success. Shout out to Megan. But once again, I'm going to go back to here. Skills. She got it. It's in her. It's not just on her. So she's going to forever be able to come out of whatever's thrown at her because it's grown in her. You don't have to make Megan. She got it. So once again, I think we're in the moment of those artists. These aren't artists that's being made. These are artists they got it. They got it already. So to see Megan come out on that stage and do her thing, ignoring the whispers of that Tory Lane stitch that will forever be on her. She is reaching and fighting for her position. Shout out Megan. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. There go the Stallion. Love it, love it. Megan is one of them fighters. You know what? Megan. Somebody tell Megan this. What Megan went through with losing her parents, like most people can't take that. Losing a mother, father, and everything that's close to you. Most people fold. They don't make it far. They kind of wallow into the pains of what that gives. But to see this young lady pushing through, it shows you her mother equipped her with that, and she's able to push through. Shout out to Megan. We praying for you. I tell people, you pray for the old, the sick, and the mother and the fatherless. God told us to do that. Quit tripping. Leave Megan alone. Leave Megan alone. Who's next? Coachella, Missy Elliott. Listen, once again, we in the moment where culture carriers, right? Culture carriers. When you think of the T-Pains that was on the Coachella stage, when you think of a Missy Elliott, Gaga, Megan, Queen Latifah, who else I saw, is it Lola Brooks? I think she's a culture carrier. And many, many more. I can't think right now, but it was a lot of other artists that was on that stage. But these people who I just named, they are really culture carriers. And I love the point that they went back and got the Missy Elliott's, the Gagas to come back and set this thing ablaze again. I really like it. I really like it. Missy Elliott and Gaga put on such performance that we haven't seen in a long time. Missy Elliott came out as a goddamn transformer car. But you know, that's Missy Elliott, right? That was the time when performance and your artistry was, you had to have it. So for them to come back and say, okay, we're going this way now. You got to have this to make it. I love it. Gaga came, I looked at some picture where she was a big dress or something. Gaga's who she is, Gaga. But once again, these are culture carriers. These people could help push the moment into the next moment because it's in them and not on them, honey. So I love those artists that I saw at the Coachella. I think her name Lola Brooks. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm too messy, she got another song. I can't think right now. She put out years ago, which I felt like she was one of those breakthrough artists. But to me, people, I don't think people was kind of paying attention to it because at the time, I don't think we was in that moment. But now we're in the moment where I think the Lola Brooks going to be able to show up and really show what the girl can sing from London down. Why all those girls over there from London can sing like that? What's that about? Right? Because who else that is over there in London? Dark-haired girl. I can't think of her name. The Amy Winehouses and the, I can't think right now. There's a lot going on. But a lot of those girls can sing flat-footed. They ain't Whitney. They ain't Whitney Houston, honey. But raw talent is there. They've taught that. You can see that. So I think those people are culture carriers. I think these people who I'm talking about today, they are true culture carriers that can take us into the next moment and they will bring forth real true talent. I do believe we're in that moment. What do we get to? Do I want to do Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne gonna take a long time. Let's do China. China so low down. I said it. China low down. Forget you, China. China said all your bags fake. Nah. You can't hit me and tell me how to hit you back. You know China low down. So I put up a tweet the other day. Shout out to the Cardi B. I said, Cardi B, sell now, sis. Sell now. Get off of because I was listening to Cardi B, I was looking at Just Hilarious, and a lot of people, they talk about how those bags are investments for them. So I'm saying to myself, now you got China low down. China said, they getting over on you. Oh, China low down. Listen, but you know what's so crazy? China and this bag fiasco of the name brand have always been something that the urban street community have always took notice and was able to capitalize off what fake names and the material of the bags. Remember when you would go into certain and let's say Atlanta had certain sections where you can go and buy a fake bag, but it looked real. So all of those distributions was from China, which I think at this point, I think I heard somebody say the people who would make those back overseas stole IPs from the people who said, okay, I need you to make this bag for me because this is just my idea. Make this bag for me. So China was, okay, we could do it for a penny, but all along was stealing the IPs and making replicas, which I think they didn't supposed to do that. But because the distribution or the economic region or whatever was different, they was able to do it. But in reality, they didn't supposed to steal other people's ideas, right? And capitalize off it. So then you made a market where you could get people who's less fortunate to say, okay, this is not, I don't have the name on this, but this is really how it is. This is what it is. So it just wasn't all a game. Because I remember, is it Dapper Dan out of New York? Dapper Dan talked about how he would take the fashion from the Louis Vuittons and he would make it his own. Where he even talked about how he got shut down because he wasn't, he didn't supposed to use those different people's trademarks. And go and look at Dapper Dan's history of being a fashion icon and an artist, and he could tell you how he would use the different designers, labels and use them as his own until he got in trouble. You can't not do it. You can't steal other people's IPs and take them as your own and make a progress out of it. So China came in because, you hit them, they hit you back. And they said, all your stuff fake. Nah. China, shut up. Shut up, China. Okay, let me move on. Wallow versus the black community. I got 5 minutes and then I want to talk about Lil Wayne. Wallow versus the black community. I put a Twitter up. I said, I agree with Wallow. Hello, Edric. I love you. Hello, darling. Wallow versus the black community. Wallow, I put up a Instagram, was it Instagram or X? I said I agree with Wallow. I do believe Wallow was right. Sometimes being in the black community, we do not take a great opportunity to take pride in our restaurants of today. I was trying to find a picture. I can't find one. Yikes. Okay, let me cancel. So I agree with Wallow. Somebody taped a conversation that he was having probably at an expo where he was speaking, and they recorded it. And he was reprimanding people who was in the restaurant industry who was of color, and he was telling them it doesn't matter that you're black. You need to have your service top notch, and your food need to be irresistible. And I agree. Sometimes people hate the way we deliver things, but in all actuality, it was true. And it was something that if you are a restaurant owner, take note. Don't get offended. Take note. Go back to the table. Go back to the customer service. Tidy your stuff up, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like a lot of restaurants that's owned by a lot of people that look like me. I'm sorry, because I've had bad experience. I ain't gonna say nobody's name, but in our local area, a lot of the food coming out the cans. Now, if you ain't gonna take time to peel the greens correctly and put them in the sink and wash them, I don't want glory greens, honey. I need real greens. Let's move on, because I don't care about the black community. You cannot like me. I don't care. But it's true. Do your stuff correctly so you could be known as this, this superior type of moment. A lot of people love soul food, and I want to contribute and be a part of, being with my black community. But I do want you guys to also do right. Take pride in what you do, no matter what it is, right? So go all the way. Go to school. Get around Big Mama. Learn that thing. Don't just do it because you're able to do it. Because a lot of people opening up restaurants because it's just the thing to do. It's a quick dollar. It's a moment. But a lot of people really don't have the heart for cooking. You know, you used to have a heart for cooking. You know, back in the days, your grandmama used to say, you're mean. Your food gonna be mean. Y'all don't know that? Y'all don't remember hearing that? They used to say you can't be mean in the kitchen because your food gonna be mean. Okay. So y'all ain't from the South. That's some South stuff. Have you ever heard that, Edu? Have you ever heard that you don't supposed to be mean, mad in the kitchen because you're gonna make the food mad? Okay. See, go get around your grandma. You'll learn yourself. You'll learn yourself. Okay. You'll learn yourself. Okay, let me move on because I don't want y'all blacks mad at me. But this is a good one. Lil Wayne, he was on the cover of, I think, Rolling Stone, and he's talking about how the Carter 5 is about to come out. Now, let me say this about Lil Wayne. He got a lot of different conversations in the magazine that a lot of people are pulling out the excerpts, and I didn't really want to get too far into it. And I think Lil Wayne, to me, may ruin his legacy by using certain issues as a way of maybe rolling out his album. Like, to me, I felt if I was his PR, I would have said, don't talk about Kendrick. Don't talk about the Super Bowl. Don't talk about none of that. I would have told Wayne, go back to your roots. Go back to why the people really love you. And I think whoever advised him into using Kendrick Lamar as a rollout stunt, I think is something that I think will hurt his legacy. Because he came off as jealous. And I think that's going to hurt him later, right? Because think about this. I came from the moment of Cash Money. Ooh, I got to go. I came from the moment of Cash Money where Lil Wayne wasn't even the moment. Lil Wayne was really in the background. He was a baby. When I came out, the Cash Money was for the streets, honey. And BG was really the artist that the streets took notice to. It was about BG and Juvie when I came up. Wayne wasn't even the one who we kind of took notice. Now, as I left, because I went into the church at this moment and I started learning, as I came back, I saw Wayne became this big successful pop star. Listen to me, really a pop star. He wasn't just this urban group that came out of New Orleans. He succeeded, went farther, and he became this pop sensation. So he became very commercial. So when I came back to see Lil Wayne and the Nicki Minaj who looked like Lil Kim, and then you had the young guy Drake. So this was different. To me, these was manufactured artists. So Lil Wayne really was made to me. He was made to be this young pop kid to push the culture this way. Ooh, y'all ain't gonna like that. But that's real. I'm not saying he wasn't talented. I'm not saying that they didn't see something in him, because he was. But I do know he was kind of probably made and pushed to be a certain way. Dog, I gotta go. My time is up. Anyway, I'm going to say this, and I gotta go. Lil Wayne, and whoever is running Lil Wayne, stop using these Kendricks, Jay-Z, Super Bowl to push him forth. Is really ruining his legacy. It's ruining his legacy. And with him being such a big staple in the moment, let's focus just on who he was at that latter end of 99-2000. Let's focus there. Lil Wayne, stop letting them pin you against giants in this moment. Your time has gone and passed, but you are still in the history books. Do not diminish who you are because of your feelings and emotions. Embrace the new culture carriers and learn to ride their wave to get to the next moment or to stay relevant. Because you have to do that. You have to learn how to do that. Madonna had a good thing where she was able to jump on waves to carry herself into the next moment, which I think now is died down. But you guys, the Nickies, the U's, y'all have to learn how to jump on the next moment of the culture carriers and move into the next moment. I gotta go. Loved it. Leave a comment in the comment. Tell me what you think about it. Listen, I'm just telling you how I feel. This is a opinion-based show. I am Miss Tia. Listen, hit me up on Instagram, X, any platforms. Tell me what you think about it. See you later.